Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
My business partner and I began building e-commerce brands several years ago with a very hands-on approach. We've always believed in learning through execution and not necessarily theory. So our focus was never on short-term gains or chasing trends, but instead we aimed to build long-term and sustainable businesses that genuinely solve problems. We believe this is the most effective business strategy and the most sustainable. So this particular brand came from the same mindset. We identified a gap in a niche market, particularly, where most products were either overpriced or poor quality. And there was no clear option that combined both performance and value, so we built one. We officially launched in August of 2023, and over the following 16 months, the business generated just over $1.1 million in revenue. And along the way, we were recognized with a Shopify award, which affirmed the quality and impact of what we built. So the entire process has been focused and intentional, and the market response up until this point has been consistently strong.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
Now, I do love this question because I believe it's the most important one for an investor. Well, the decision comes down to focus. So we're transitioning full-time into the real estate sector. And we've learned from experience that splitting focus across two different business models doesn't yield strong results in either. I mean, how you do anything is how you do everything, really. I've always been a big believer of that. So this business is in a great place. It's profitable, structured, streamlined, mostly automated, and still has significant room to grow. So rather than letting it stagnate while we pursue other ventures, we'd rather see it go to someone who's ready to invest their time and scale it further, because it's absolutely built for that.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
Certainly. This is a great question. We spend currently 4 hours per week on the business, approximately. So this is primarily oversight. So reviewing ad performance, communicating with the supplier, and creating the occasional ad creatives. So new advertisements to feed into Facebook ads and Google ads. Now, this is a non-inventory model, so there's no inventory to manage directly. Fulfillment is handled by our supplier, and this significantly reduces operational complexity. Now, we also work with a marketing agency that manages our Google ads, which allows us to stay focused on strategic decisions rather than day-to-day execution. So all the heavy lifting is pretty much done. It's plug and play for an investor. The business is mostly automated. And we built the business this way because we believe we should focus on high return on investment tasks instead of low return on investment tasks. This is why we automated most of it. So overall, the business is highly streamlined. Now, it's not completely hands-off, but it runs with very little required time or operational input. So the core systems are all in place, which makes it easy to maintain and scalable with additional focus.
So if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
Opportunity left that we haven't touched. So the first thing I will do if I were to keep the business is expand the product line. So right now we've got 2 main products and there's room to introduce new models, premium versions, entry-level options, or even different designs based on customer feedback. And beyond that, there's real opportunity to create a seasonal product line for colder weather and winter sports, which opens up year-round sales. instead of seasonal sales. And this is a big play. Accessories are another no-brainer. So complementary add-ons, that's a high margin, easy to bundle, and naturally increase cart value. And then there's wholesale. So we haven't gone after retailers or resellers yet, but we've had interest. So one good wholesale deal could double your volume, really. And the same goes for partnerships with niche communities and organizations in that space. So finally, influencer marketing is still untouched. So there's massive opportunity there for brand exposure and user-generated content that will sell. Another option as well is launching an Amazon FBA for a branded high-quality product that will stand out from the rest. So the product is already proven. So it's really about distribution.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
The primary risk, as with most physical product businesses, is competition. So you have copycats, resellers, especially on marketplaces like Amazon, and these are always a factor. There is room to shift towards fully branded custom products, which will reduce the risk of being commoditized. Now, beyond that is the typical e-commerce considerations, which is maintaining profitable ad performance and ensuring strong customer satisfaction. It's not a set it and forget it type of business, but it also doesn't require micromanagement. Like I said, it's mostly streamlined, it's automated. So with consistent oversight, it runs very smoothly.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
We are fully committed to ensuring a smooth transition for the new owner. So we will walk the new owner through all of our systems, introduce them to supply contacts, explain all of our ad strategies, and provide any relevant context on product development and our brand positioning. We will be available for onboarding calls throughout the first month and the second month and remain reachable via email for follow-up support as needed. So our goal for the new owner is to feel confident and capable from day one. We put a lot of energy and a lot of effort into this business, and we hate to see it go downhill. We want from day one things to go smoothly. So until then, we will walk the owner through the necessary and required steps. We want to see it go well in the future. It interests us. We put a lot of energy into this. We want to see it do well, and the owner wants to see it do well. So we are in the same basket and we have mutual interest in that department.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earn-out agreement?
We are seeking a full cash deal. The business is already well established with over 1.1 million in revenue generated and a proven operational model. So we're confident the buyer will see a strong return provided they continue to invest in its growth. We've built a solid foundation. Now the opportunity is ready for someone to take it to the next level. It's a business that the buyer will step in and it is ready to scale. It has a very strong foundation. So keeping the transaction straightforward allows for a cleaner handover and a more decisive exit.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
That is a great question. From the buyer's point of view, why is this business worth buying? Of course. Well, because it delivers on all the fundamentals that matter. It is profitable, operationally sound, meaningful growth opportunities that have not been tapped yet. So you're not buying a maybe, you're buying a business with actual results, a proven product, and strong customer feedback. So whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to bolt this onto a larger portfolio, let's say, this brand offers both immediate returns and long-term potential. Remember, we are interested in building long-term established brands. We don't chase gimmicks and we don't chase short-term trends. We want to build sustainable brands. So it's stable, it is scalable, and it is well-positioned for further success.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you will find everything you need to know about this business. So thanks for joining us. See you next time.